Welcome to KIRKS Toolbox webinar, Maximize Your Fleet Potential with Firestone Airide. We are joined today by our special guest, Jose Cabral, to discuss the latest Firestone product portfolio, new benchmarking tools to find your perfect fit, and how moving to air protects your bottom line and driver safety. Our panelists today are Bob Kirkman. He is the co-president of KIRKS, and he's been in the transit parts industry for over 25 years. Jose Cabral is a key account manager at Firestone Airide. He's an accomplished sales and marketing professional with over 25 years of progressive experience in the commercial vehicle industry, specializing in Tier 1 OEM suppliers of undercarriage systems and components. We're really glad to have him with us today. I'm Linda Kleist, your webinar host, and we have Abby Thompson on technical. And if you have any technical issues, please let us know in the chat. We want to also answer your questions, so you can type them in during the presentation, and we'll have a Q&A session at the end to answer them. And now we will hand it over to our guest speaker, Jose. Thank you. We're looking forward to hearing it.
Hi, Linda. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. And certainly welcome. I'm very excited for this opportunity. Appreciate KIRKS Transit Fleet Equipment to put this together. And so whether you are working on the heavy duty truck, trailers, buses, the specialty vehicles, everybody knows that a suspension is not just a group of components. It's a very vehicle critical system. That being said, having the right air spring can reduce the maintenance cost, extend service life, and the most importantly, keep drivers safer and more comfortable on the road. Today's agenda is very simple. I'm going to go and start with a quick introduction about the company, markets, and our product portfolio, followed by products, applications, benchmarking, lookup tools that your team can rely on to support your customers. And finally, why Firestone Airide, highlighting the value proposition that sets us apart from any other options in the market.
Sounds great.
Before I started about Firestone Airide, I think it's important to mention that we are part of Bridgestone Corporation family. And it started Bridgestone 1.0 back in the 1931 as a company, built on quality. Then came Bridgestone 2.0 when it was a very important marriage or joint forces between Bridgestone and Firestone companies. And as a matter of fact, last year we have been celebrating 125 years of the Firestone brand, a legacy built on real world performance. Now we are on Bridgestone 3.0, inspired on delivering solutions that will help fleets run smarter and help distributors deliver more. The strong foundations, a powerful legacy, and a clear focus on your success. Firestone Airide Company. For over 80 years, we have been pioneering the smart ways to move the world forward. From passenger and commercial vehicles to heavy-duty trucks, trailers, off-highway equipment, and now electric vehicles. Firestone Airide today is a fully integrated global air spring supplier, designing, engineering, and manufacturing around the world. We are a leader in most major applications, and the momentum is only accelerating. Why? Because the technology in our air springs has been adopted by prestige automotive and EV manufacturers who demand top-tier ride quality, durability, and noise reductions on their suspension systems. Speaking of global footprint manufacturing, let me please point out our facility that is located in Williamsburg, Kentucky, in the US. This facility has been the backbone of our air ride production since the 1980s. And we are just taking that facility into the next level with our brand new 150,000 square foot distribution center next to it. We can see that on the right side, that facility. This expansion gives us more finished goods storage capacity, faster output, and ability to serve customers with even greater speed and reliability.
And you have a beautiful view of the mountains or hills, depending on where you're from.
Thank you. As far as markets we serve. We serve across these three main segments: automotive, consumer, where we have the channels, the OEM and aftermarket. And I'm going to explain further down in the presentation what type of products do we supply. Then we have the heavy duty commercial vehicles, truck, trailer, bus, where here we have the opportunity to grow the business through our partner KIRKS. And then last but not least is the off-highway or off-the-road fluid and power, where we have products for construction, material processing, agriculture, rail, and industrial applications. Across all these segments, our mission as a company is very simple: deliver performance, durability, and value in our products that customers can count on. Our portfolio, product offering, starting with the automotive OE. We make smart air springs for automotive OE engineered to give automakers the right control and comfort their vehicles need right from the factory. In the aftermarket, we have the right air helper spring kits, giving enthusiast customers better load support, stability, and control for the light duty trucks and SUV. Then moving into our core strength, the heavy duty Airide springs for commercial vehicles, truck, trailer, buses. Build durability, uptime, and reliability is very important. And finally, we support the highway markets with air springs designed for construction, material processing, agriculture, rail, and industrial equipment, the toughest environments out there. If you see between the heavy duty and off-highway, there are some similarities, some of the applications that we make on some of those air springs. Moving on into the product, specifically the type of products that we make, we have the 1T reversible sleeve. This is very popular for primary axles for truck and trailer and buses application. This is ideal for high load and high travel applications. Moving on, we have the convoluted design next to it. We are showing there a double convoluted. So that's for auxiliary axles and liftable axles. They provide a strong load carrying capability and also offers a compact packaging where the spacing is limited. Last but not least, we have our sleeve designs where are more for cab, seats applications, and front steer axles. Those are engineered for vibration isolation, improved ride comfort, and reduced driver fatigue. On the right side, we have the nomenclature of our air springs. We have those cutouts for the 1T and the convoluted. And I'm going to put emphasis on the main components for the 1T design, which will be the B plate, which is a steel plate permanently crimped to the bellow. That's number 5. The number 6 is the bellow by itself. That's the heart of an air spring. And I'm going to explain later on in the slide how we make those bellows. Followed by the bumper number 7, and that's an optional component. And that component is critical where the design of the suspension is required to limit the travel of the suspension, specifically when it goes into the jounce or compression. And then we have the last main component, which is the piston. That will be the piston for the 1T style. And we have different materials of this component. Could be a steel, aluminum, or composite. Being the composite, the most popular one for commercial vehicle applications. Now, we have hundreds of part numbers in our portfolio. In order to make it simpler for customers, we group all those part numbers in 4 major categories. Starting from the front, we had the W26s. That will be for front steer axle applications. Then we had the W02s, which will be for cab and seat applications. And the W01s, that will be for the most common and the higher volume we produce, which will be for truck, trailer, and buses suspension applications, as well as for lift axles and tag axles. And last but not least, we have a group, which is the WC1, and that will be for some specific components, part of our assembly that are, in some cases, that are available for the replacement, meaning that it could be like the pistons or primarily hardware used in our assemblies. Moving on, as far as the benchmarking. Here we have how we make our bellow of our air spring. It started with an inner liner made out of a calendar rubber. So this is what it's gonna offer the airtight core of the full assembly. And then it follows by the first ply of fabric reinforced rubber on a specific angle. And then the second ply, it will be also in an opposite bias angle as part of this process, because this specific angle, it's going to provide the strength, the flexibility, and the extension of this bellow. And then final, we put the outer cover, which is calendar rubber as well, and it's going to have to protect the bellow from abrasion, weather, and different rod conditions. The result of this manufacturing process we have of 4 layers is a multi-layer composite engineered bellow for long life and consistent performance. On the right side, we have the final 1T reversible air spring. I want you to keep in mind, our part numbers are in a sticker, in a label that is stick on the top plate. So that will be the 001 358 9082 part numbers in this case. That's what we call the AON, assembly order number. That's how customers, they order our part numbers. And as a matter of fact, the industry has implemented the last 4 digits to make a standard part number for different applications or depending the applications. I want you to keep in mind that all of our bellows, underneath the Firestone logo, it has the bellow style. In this particular case, we are putting the 1T15 M6, which falls into our 1T15 series. It could be 1T17, 19, and that depends on the size of the bellow. But I want you to keep in mind that number because it's going to be helpful when we are looking at parts, when we don't have the specific or the AON number is not found on the assembly. Moving on additional benchmarking of critical components. We are looking here on the left side, the bed plates that we use in our assembly. Well, we use a coating called tribal chromium, which provides strong corrosion resistance and protect the metal from harsh road and environmental conditions. You can see also how we test those conditions up to 200 hours of solid spray, resulting in very good results in regards to the protection that it offers against that testing. We also use on the right side what we call this advanced manufacturing technology, or is called the brace fittings, which create a solid permanent bond between the fitting and the plate. Together, the coating and the braced fittings help deliver the durability and leak-free performance Airide springs are known for. Last but not least, another important design in our assembly is the pistons. So we produce with advanced molding technology our pistons that gives a precise geometry and consistent performance. We also use molded in the studs for a stronger, cleaner, and more reliable connection. All this results on greater durability, fewer failures, easier installation, and long-term performance. Now I'm going to take you to our website as far as what tools do we have available there that is going to help customers to look up for any kind of product information, technical data, as well as how to search products. All right. So our website is Firestone, www.firestoneairide.com. Here we are in the main page, and then you can go straight from the top tabs, or you can always scroll down and select the segment where you are. In this, for the purpose of this webinar, I'm going to pick the heavy duty, which is the core of our business. And then over here, you keep scrolling and you will find the different segments: truck, trailer, and bus. And every single segment, it will have the same 4 sections here: aftermarket catalog, where to buy, product search, and about air ride suspension. First thing is, I highly recommend to download our aftermarket catalog. This is a very comprehensive material that we have, and it contains a lot of information about our product line. So you can download it on a PDF, save it in your computer, and also you can use it directly from the website. But this is the latest version, 2020, and the table of contents, we have 3 main sections here: components, part diagrams, cross-reference using OE part numbers or competitor part numbers, and then we use the last section, warranty and preventive maintenance. Going back to the website, the other important for product search will be this section here, find a product. So when we click here, find a product, same, we go in our segment, heavy duty, find a product, and then we are going to have 3 different ways to look up for parts. If we are, seems like it's not working. Oh, there it is. So if we are looking for specific dimensions of our assemblies, and we know what the part number is, the AON, we can use this straight. Product number. So I have here, for the purpose of this webinar, I have a part number that is common in the transit applications, which is it's a W01 358 5298. When you click here, the magnifier, if it pops up, that means that the part number is active in our system, most likely sellable and available for aftermarket. Then when you click to see more details, you will see critical dimensions on a section view of the full assembly, the B plate, a top view, and then view of the piston as well. Please keep in mind that all these dimensions, like the diameter of the bellow, 9.10 inches, these are on uninflated conditions. So there is no pressure on that airbag. And then we have other critical dimensions is the compressed height, the extended height, what is the piston height, piston diameter, and then this diameter is the inside of the piston, because the outside diameter is the 7 inches. And then we have some other important information at the top. We have the order number. We have the bellow style. We have, in some cases, you will see a CO01 part number. Some cases, we have the bellow by itself available. And then we have the weight of the assembly and the material of the piston. As I mentioned, we have aluminum, steel, and composite materials for our pistons, being the composite the most popular one. And then at the bottom, we see the applications. I'm going to take this OE part number here, and I'm going to use it now as cross-reference information. So you can go to the cross-reference section. Let's say that you know the OE part number, which is the 08372-09. You don't have to pull the entire number. Click on the magnifier, and it will pop up the assembly that we have been looking at.
That's great. That's a really good cross-reference.
Yeah, and it's built, Bob, it's built with, again, it's OE part numbers or competitors part numbers as well. Now, let's have this scenario where we have a customer or we are in the field trying to help a fleet, and we know that it's a Firestone Airide aerospray, but we don't know the AON part number. All right. Then we will need 3 pieces of information, very important. The number one, it will be the bellows style, which is this one, the 1T14CB1. And we remember from previous slide, that part number is molded underneath the Firestone logo as part of the bellow assembly. So that's one piece of information. The second piece of information will be your piston part number. And you can use the last 4 digits of the part number of the piston, or you can use the piston dragway number. And the last piece of information will be the distance between the fittings. So having that said, so we are going to do that search using the step by step. All right, so we are here. The first question, what type of aerospray are you looking for? So we'll say 1T reversible. Being in the United States, the Imperial system is the one we use, the most common applications, unless there are some Europeans units that were built with metric system. Well, we will use the metric system. Then we click next. Select the bellows style. So here is where we want to type the 1T 14 CB1. Select that one, click next. And the other piece of information will be your piston. So when you look at the piston from the bottom, you can find, again, if it starts with a letter, you can pick that one as a select drawing number. But if it's just the number straight, that will be your piston number. So in this particular case for this assembly was the 9493. Click next. The fitting spacing was 338, which is 375s. Click next, and then it will pop up the part number that I was built with those 3 specific characteristics.
Very, very, very helpful.
Let's say that you don't know one of those. You say, well, I'm not quite sure if this one is this. You can skip that, and it will bring you assemblies that will contain that bellows style, that piston, but it will have a different plates, and that difference is just because the fitting distance or spacing. So yeah, I think this is a really powerful database built real time, what we have in our system with all the information for many years in the industry, that I think is very powerful for everybody that is in the aerospray business.
And I noticed it had a where to buy button, so people just can go to KIRKS. It's called KIRKS.
That will be the next step. That will be the next step. Honestly, right now that section is not up to date, but yeah, eventually we should be getting there to point the customers to our partners.
People listening right now have the advantage of being most up to date.
Linda, I can tell you we have those in stock.
Yes.
Ready to ship.
And the account managers too. They're right there with you. So that is an advantage of having somebody to work with you, and the competitive pricing.
I'm gonna go back again to the presentation. Certainly, I am skipping these slides. Probably I will pull off this one here because essentially what you will see on those schematics is all this information that we have been talking about, but there are more information available sometimes included in those search, where not only the application, but if the part has been obsoleted or replaced by any other part number, If we have any service assembly, what I was mentioning, it will be there. Like for instance, the number 6, right, which is the piston. I mentioned that we have a product category, the WC1s, that will be for those serviceable components. In this case, the piston. So yeah, I'm gonna just wrap up my material right now, just to let the audience why Firestone. What's our value proposition as a supplier and key and world leading in the air springs technology. So essentially, our Firestone Airide products are built to higher standard. We are backed by industry recognized quality certifications. We design to strict oil level specifications, and we manufacture and deliver our products here in the United States. And behind every product is our customer service team. So whether that means locating a product, answering questions about availability, warranty, preventive maintenance, we are here to help and partnering with KIRKS. It's been really good partnership. We started, but I think the future is bright. We continue collaborating, and yeah, for the success of both companies.
We appreciate all the help that Firestone's helped us with too, to help grow this business, work side by side.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate as well the support from KIRKS. But certainly, I think we have very good opportunities to continue growing. And then I'm gonna turn this out to Linda for questions and answers section here.
Thank you, Jose. We do have 3 questions. Of course, someone wants to know, what is the warranty of Firestone Airide aftermarket air springs? Can you hit on that one?
Absolutely. So in the past, we used to have a warranty of 3 years, right? So that is a limited warranty based on defects on workmanship or materials. But now, a couple of years back, since our rate on warranty return is so low and our reliability is pretty high, we know what we make. We have it in the industry for many years. Certainly, we have extended our warranty, and as of today, we offer a 5-year warranty. And again, it's limited warranty under normal conditions of operation, but certainly it's 5 years warranty against any defect of workmanship or materials.
Well, 5 years, that's great. Okay, second, we have 3 questions. I don't know if I mentioned that. The second one, what is the one thing on an air ride suspension that will ensure the proper operation of the air springs?
Yeah, there is this technical concept where we live in the air ride suspension systems, which is called the ride height. So the ride height is a very critical dimension, and that will maintain the geometry of your suspension. And the definition of the ride height is the distance between the bottom of the frame to the center of the axle. And that specific measurements or dimension is set by the OE manufacturer. It's not set by Firestone. So they gave us, hey, I need this air spring with these characteristics to work with these parameters, right? But they designed the right height. And we build we manufacture our air spring to work with those parameters. But again, having this right height set up properly, the suspension, it will perform at the max peak. But not only that, also our airbags, because our airbags are designed to be performing within that parameter. Mm-hmm. So having a shorter or an extender right height, it will compromise the performance of the suspension, whether it's going to be bumping out because it's running in a lower right height, or it will be overextended because of the right height probably is out of the design height. So yeah, critical measurement for air ride suspensions is the right height.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, and the last question that came in, what is the most common air springs failure, which probably would also be related to preventative maintenance?
That's correct. Certainly, abrasion is the number one failure. Certainly, an external component rubbering the rubber of the air spring. It could be simple as a air hose. It could be debris. So that's why it's very important. Visual, as part of the preventive maintenance, visual inspection just underneath the carriage to take a look at the air ride suspension and specifically on the airbags. They should have enough clearance to avoid any kind of abrasion. So that would be the number one failure. And it's very easy to really, I mean, it's just like making sure again, nothing is close. And if it's close, just to try to free out that space in between the bellow, because otherwise by the time it's gonna fail due to robbery.
Very good.
Another part I think of the preventive maintenance is also to keep we know that the 1T reversible, it rolls up and down from the piston, so the piston should be also in a good cleaning condition. Otherwise, that could be also a reason why it could be rubbering time by over the time the bellow of the air spring.
Excellent, brilliant, thank you. Well, thank you, Jose. That wraps up our questions. That wraps up your presentation. I know, Bob, you're appreciative to have Jose here. Did you want to say goodbye?
Yes, we are, and we appreciate it. And feel free to contact your KIRKS rep if you have any questions. And if there's something we can't answer, we know how to get a hold of Jose.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are here to team up and help everybody that needs, assistance, and what we supply and what we make. Yeah, we are here. Please reach out.
Perfect. So if you didn't get your questions answered, or you'd like a quote, please give us a call. You can go to our website, kirks.com, or reach out at sales@kirks.com. And Jose, if you could click that next slide forward, we want to let you know that the recording of this webinar will be emailed to all registrants. And it's also going to be available on KIRKS YouTube channel. You should check out that YouTube channel because we got a lot of good information on that channel for you. And we'll also have it in KIRKS monthly newsletter. So there is a newsletter that you can sign up. I don't know if we have the QR code there for you.
Yes, the next slide.
The next slide, Jose. If you want to scan that QR code, that will get you to the sign up page. And every month we've got product news, industry related news that you want to stay up on, and we can fill you in on that. So we really appreciate you coming on, Jose, with Firestone. You gave us a wealth of valuable information. Really appreciate it. And we want to thank all of you for joining us, because we want to keep you moving and help you navigate the parts landscape, because KIRKS is your partner for parts. Have a great day.